Hey, what's up guys? Josh here, aka Peleus, and I just wanted to bring this video to you today. It's something that's been on my mind a little bit. I've set up a game here with just bots, and it's always a good idea to warm up on bots if you're a little rusty or if you want to just improve your skill without the pressure of real people. So I'm going to go into this game, and I'm going to start it up. And I just have a few things I wanted to talk about today because my son's recently been playing this game and he has really good reflexes. He has really good talent. I think that he's a great player, but he dies a lot more than me. He's not getting the kills as me. And so I was trying to think, what is he doing differently than I'm doing? And as a background, I'm obviously his father. I'm 38 years old. I've been playing games since I was like 5 years old. And he probably has faster reflexes than me. In fact, a lot of the younger generation probably has faster reflexes than me at this point. But I have a more experience, and I've played, obviously, tons and tons of first-person shooters over the years. Oh, that was crazy. That was a spring on my microphone stand. But anyway, there's a few things that I think some of us older guys, or even maybe not older guys, maybe people that have just figured it out, do differently. So we're going to warm up here on some bots, and I'm going to try and tell you what I'm talking about. So first thing I was really thinking that he doesn't do correctly, or that people need to do, is map movement, okay? So obviously, let me switch teams here. Smoke check. I'm on the wrong team. Okay. So the other team is spawning on the other side of the map. Number one thing I see a lot of newer people doing, or maybe kids, is going like this. They'll just run right down the middle of everything, okay? Just run like this, run like this. There's a guy, he got me. So they're thinking, because I have good reflexes, because I have raw talent, I'm going to be able to just run around, and as soon as I hit the corner, I'm going to rely on my turn speed, and I'm just going to get him. Unfortunately, that's not the way it works, because others of us that are using our strategy have learned that even if you have good talent, strategy and playing correctly will always trump talent, okay? So, if somebody's coming around that corner, and oh, nice grenade. If somebody's coming around that corner, and I already have my aimer up like this, it doesn't matter how fast his reflexes are, I'm going to get him. So, let's talk about map movement. You should always be moving around, hugging the edges, not being out in the middle, and we're gonna do something I like to call cornering.
Neutralized.
So, when I'm coming around a corner, instead of just running around the corner, I put my aimer on the corner, and instead of strafing out like this, I'm going to come around the corner in one smooth arc like this, okay? This is something I learned way back in the day from an old Counter-Strike Pro on PC. And this really separates a lot of the pros from the people that aren't so great, is they're running, maybe running around hugging walls, but then when they get to a corner, they hug it, come around in one smooth arc. Maybe I shouldn't put so many bots on when I'm trying to explain this stuff to you guys, because I'm paying no attention. But what coming around in a nice smooth arc like this does is it makes it so everything that you see you're going to have a shot at, versus just strafing out or running out fast. It just doesn't work quite the same. Let me try and get in a good position here, or I can talk about this better. Okay, so if I come up here, I'm going to put it on the corner, come around an arc. Now it's like bam, bam, bam. You could just be shooting so many different ways, and it really does work out a lot smoother than if you just strafe out. You don't hit as much stuff that way. Okay. So that's probably the most important step that I could tell you is hug the walls, have good map movement, always be trying to think of where the enemy is, and watch your cornering. You want to corner to the best of your ability, just nice and slow, smooth arcs. As you get going a little faster, you're not going to do quite that same thing. I think someone screwed up my thing here. You are going to still come around the corner, but maybe if you're playing a little faster, like I like to come around like this, and I'll just like pull up I'll pull up on corners. Pull up there. Pull up here. Pull up here. So you can modify it a little bit, but always coming around in that smooth arc is going to be a big help to you. Okay, next thing I wanted to talk about real quick is avoiding a death cycle.
Smoke that specter.
And this, oh my gosh. I've got a big mess here with these bots. I'm not even paying attention. Avoiding a death cycle, which I'm obviously in right now because I'm talking to you guys. But when you're playing against real people at night, it's Friday night, you want to do really well, you want to play with your friends, you go running out of control, you don't have a strategy, you get shot. What's the first thing that happens? You decide, I got to get a kill. You look over, your buddy has 2 kills. I got to get a kill. So you just go running out. And then you die again. So then you come back to life and you run out and you die again. And I call that the death cycle. And it can wreck your entire night. And I've seen lots of people go through it. They die a couple times and then they start running around like chickens with their heads cut off, getting shot. So if you know that that's happening to you, okay, you've died 3 or 4 times, you don't want to be the kid at the end of the match that the team says, whoa, 2 and 20, why'd you do that, you jerk, and gets on your case. So what I advise you to do, and this has always helped me in the past, if it's Friday night, I'm in a death cycle, I'm just not warmed up yet, not ready to play, find a spot, duck, and just hang out for a minute, and then take some deep breaths, think calm, slow yourself down, try to think, what would a real army man do? Would he run around like a crazy person? No. And do the cornering, watch your corners, and you're just going to creep out. And when you feel comfortable, you're going to slowly move around the map. Instead of worrying about getting to the other end of the map and getting a kill, you're going to think, okay, I got to make it 5 feet first. Okay, I'm safe. Okay, I got to make it 10 feet. And you're going to keep on moving, nice and slow, and just protect your little 5-foot bubble until you get some kills. And once you get some kills into your belt, then you're going to start to feel comfortable and you're going to get in that flow state. And that's something that they talk about in just about every profession, whether it's basketball or football or different sports. They get in a flow state where things just feel like they're going right for you. And when that happens, whoa, this guy's after me. When that happens, then you can run around the map a little more crazy. But if you come out, you're not warm, you're not warmed up at all, and you just start dying, just get out of the death cycle. Do whatever you can, slow it down, get out of the death cycle. And that's one of the biggest things that's helped me over the years in any first-person shooter, is if things aren't going correctly, I have to think, control the pacing, slow it down, Josh. And that will help me to stay alive. Okay? So, let's throw Deathbot out here.
Killed.
Go, Deathbot. Okay. So, the next thing I wanted to talk about just briefly is controller sensitivity. I know that that's kind of per person basis. People all have their own opinions of what's good and what's bad. And I can tell you that in past Call of Duties, I was one of those people that loved to play on extremes. I loved like 11s and 12s. And, oh, nice. That was beautiful. I love to play on really fast sensitivity so I could turn on people and stuff, right? But over the years, and from talking to lots of people online and from doing my own tests, I found out that is not correct. That is not going to work for you in all situations. And you can become, it's true that you can become pretty comfortable at any sensitivity if you play it long enough, okay? But a lower sensitivity will always give you better aim at range. You just won't be able to turn on people fast enough. But a good player will tell you you shouldn't need to turn on people fast enough if you have good map awareness and you're moving around correctly. And you're actually going to sacrifice a lot more shots by turning your sensitivity up than you are by turning it down. Okay? The amount of times that you don't get a turn on someone because you're not playing on 11 versus the amount of distance shots you miss because you're just like, whoa, all over the place. It's a big difference. And right now on this Call of Duty, I'm on a 6. And that seems to be pretty comfortable. I've tried this on pretty much everything from a 3 up to a 14. I am very comfortable at this game on an 11 and on an 8, but when I'm competitively playing people, I get so much easier. It feels like the game is on easy mode when I turn it down. When I'm on like a 5 or a 6 this game, it just feels like guys are all the way across the map. I'm like, oh, there's a guy, boom. But when you're on 11, you really have to like squeeze your hands and struggle to try and keep control because it feels squirrely, and I'm sure a lot of you have felt that. So another useful little tip or trick, I guess, to choose a sensitivity that somebody helped me with back in the day was to pick a point like this sign or something.
Overwatch killed.
So pick a point like this sign and strafe around it in a nice arc, okay? And if you're having to go like this and like adjust on it, chances are your sensitivity is not going to work for you as good as it could, okay? So I would start it like a 3 and strafe around that thing. Start at the default sensitivity. Defaults were made for a reason in these games, okay? A lot of times some of the like hardcore pros only play on 3, and they'll tell you it. Some of them even turn it down to 2. I don't like that that weird sluggish feel. So start on a 3, strafe around that thing in like a nice circle, and see how well you can keep your aimer on it. If you feel comfortable, turn it up. And as soon as you reach a point where you can no longer keep it comfortably on the thing like this, and you're kind of like having to overcompensate like this, that's the point where it's probably too high, and you might be able to once in a while use your reflexes, turn hard, and get somebody. But chances are you're gonna miss a lot of shots that you didn't need to miss because of your ego. And that's the thing that I really want to drive home here is this is a video game and you should be having fun. You gotta stay out of that ego. And that's tough for us guys to do, especially in today's society. I've noticed that our video game community as a whole is just getting more and more cocky, more and more swearing at each other, yelling at each other, telling each other they're garbage, get good scrub, like all the stuff. It's just getting really vitriolic, and it's not always fun. So I like to try and keep it fun. And even though you may be the most talented player alive, you are going to do better if you use strategy instead of talent. That talent's always going to come in handy. If I come around here, I'm doing the nice arc cornering like this, and some kid jumps up the stairs right there, and I'm amazing. I might be able to be like, bam, I got you. But I'm still going to set myself up for a better shot if I'm coming, see? Boom, boom, boom. You're going to get them if you come around the corner in the correct fashion versus if you're just being a crazy person running around.
Deploy Cerberus.
So, that's about it. I know that's just my opinions of different things that you can do, just things that I've used over the years to stop death cycles or to improve my gameplay. I'll give you a slight background. I'm one of those players that I don't really strive for a high kill death ratio because I'm too busy running, gunning, and trying to have fun. So I really only cared in the first couple Call of Duties, and then realized, you know what, I'm just playing with my ego. I'm not playing to have fun. So I quit worrying about KD, but on a given night when I'm just hanging, I will usually win most of my not win the matches if I'm with randoms, but as far as kills, I'll usually get first place if not, I'll usually get first or second if not first. I get a lot of first places in matches, get a lot of games where I have 20 plus kills, 30 plus kills, and it was the same way back in Halo. And there's probably some of you who have experienced that. Maybe you've always had good talent, you've always, when playing with your friends, maybe you've always rose to the top, but there are things that can take your game to the next level, so that if you're struggling, you're playing a really good team, or having a hard time, you pull out these strategies and they really add.
Nomad down.
You can't completely rely on talent. So that's all I have for you guys today. I'm going to be releasing another video that goes along with this that talks about things that will continue to up your game, but they're going to be a little bit more on the equipment side of things, like using control freaks maybe, or using certain controller layouts. So look for that video. And I just, I'm kind of a new YouTuber, so if anybody has enjoyment from watching some of these, or it helped you a little bit, give me some comments back so that I'll know if I'm gonna keep on putting myself out there, I guess.